answer. And coming on stage now we have Marina Sirtis, Garret Wong, and Robin Curtis. Please welcome them to the stage. Thank you.
Blue seat for boys, red seat for girls. There you go.
Yeah, we just thought we'd be, the rose between two thorns.
Symmetrical.
Isn't it wonderful symmetry?
Ladies and gentlemen, feel free to raise your hand so we can see who's going to ask the questions, and we can get the microphone to you so everybody can hear the questions. And who's going to be first?
Well, good night then.
Hold on. It looks like it's a photo session first here.
Okay. Then we'll do photos.
And we can start with a question, as we're going to do photos afterwards in the corner here.
What's the future for Star Trek? On TV? None right now, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
There's nothing in the, there's nothing.
They're waiting. Well, Rick Berman, who is the executive producer of Voyager and Enterprise and Next Generation, his contract and Deep Space Nine.
Deep Sleep Nine.
Deep Sleep Nine. His contract is almost up, and Paramount is waiting for that contract to end before they proceed with the next Star Trek television creation, because they don't want him there anymore. So. I said it. Yeah.
If you said it, but I'll get the blame. Because I get blamed for everything on Star Trek.
There you go.
What are you all doing at the moment?
Where are you? There you go.
Okay. What are we all doing? I just did 2 films this year. One's called Oranges and one's called Trade Routes. And I've got a bunch of conventions coming up. And that's about it right now. But keep your eye open for the 2 films. Because you fans always say, oh, we're really good fans and we'll go and see everything you're in, and you're all liars. You'll lie through your teeth. So, you've got no excuse, you've got to go see them.
Yes. Most recently, I did a independent Star Trek film to commemorate the 40th anniversary of Star Trek. They're still filming it, actually. It'll be available on the internet, so it'll be downloadable only. So that'll be pretty cool. It's called Star Trek of Gods and Men. Uhura, Michelle Nichols, Walter Koenig, Chekhov is also in it. Tim Russ.
6 auditions over 6 weeks. All got a bit hairy. Every audition you're getting closer and closer and closer. I think, actually, by the last audition I was so nervous I could hardly speak. And about a year after the first season, I did a Star Trek cruise with Gene Roddenberry, and we did a Q&A like this, and someone asked him who had changed the most since since they've been cast on the show, and without blinking, he goes, Marina. Marina's changed the most, because when we first met her in the auditions, she was this shy, retiring little wallflower, and I was like, what is he talking about? Because I have never been described as shy and retiring in my life. So I realised I was so nervous, they actually didn't know what my real personality was like. And I'm wondering that if they had, if I would ever have got the job. Because I'm actually quite obnoxious, Troy's so nice. But it was basically just an audition for a job. It wasn't that I wanted to be on Star Trek, I just wanted to get a job and have a paycheck every week. So all this is a bonus.
Like you, I also had 6 auditions. Barely, there's maybe 2, 3. I remember I kept seeing photos of the other actors that were cast on Voyager. Roxanne Dawson and Tim Russ were cast very early. So every time I went to the casting office, I would see their photos. But it was a very interesting audition, my first audition, because I just left a callback audition for a movie called Glory Days, and I booked this film. My callback audition that day was to sing a punk song. So I sang this punk song, and the director had basically cast me, and I went straight to Paramount, rushed over there for this first audition for Star Trek Voyager. And I walk in there, and the casting director, her name was Nan Dutton, chain-smoking woman, 150 cigarettes in an ashtray, smoking cigarettes. I walk in there, and I start reading the sides, and she looks at me, after 10 seconds, she's like, "Stop!" I said, "What?" She's like, "Stop, you actors." I'm like, what's wrong? "You're so unprepared. You should have memorized everything. What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm sorry, but I just went to a callback audition. I was really focused on that, and I just booked that job, and and she's like, "What movie?" I said, "Glory Days." "Never heard of it." I'm like, "Okay." And she basically told me to leave the room. She goes, "Leave the room, go look over it, memorize your lines, and come back to me in 10 minutes, At which point I walked out, and I walked up to her assistant, and I said, "You know what, can you go in and ask Nan to reschedule me, because I just need some more time." At which point, the assistant turned white in his sheet. You want me to do what?" I said, I want you to go in and ask her to reschedule me." She said, "I can't do that." I'm like, "Why?" "Because she's going to scream, she's going to yell at me, and it's going to be really bad." And I said, "Just do it." She said, "Okay, well, you have to do me a favor." I said, "What's the favor?" "You need to leave the building and hide in the alley." I said, "Are you kidding me?" She said, No. She just can't see you. So I went outside the building, and I hid behind a parked car, sitting there. And she went in, she asked, and she came back out. She said, "She's going to let you come back on Saturday." I'm like, "Wow, that's great," So I came back, and it just kept going on like that, where she was just very, very harsh with me. But it turned out she really did like me a lot, and she wanted me to get the job. But after 6 auditions, and this was over a span of about 3 months, actually, 2.5 months, and I finally got the job of Harry Kim after 6 auditions.
I haven't heard that name in so many years, but Nan Dutton was a total bear. I mean, she was so mean. And we had to, best selves and performances to these people that were so mean. Casting records. I don't know why, but one of the things I always point out about the audition process for Star Trek 3 is how gentle it was, because I went in once. Leonard Nimoy taped the audition, he taped our conversation, and I didn't ever have to go back again, because he ran around with the tape and showed everybody.
So lucky.
The tape, I know. Isn't that weird? Because normally it's not like that at all. You have to keep proving yourself, and you just hope to God you repeat what you did the last time that anybody thought was worthy of bringing you back for. And the process was extremely pressureful and stressful, etc. And I ended up going back for a screen test, but I was kind of, led to believe, don't fall on yourself and you'll get it. More just an act of going through it than anything else. But what I was intrigued by is how your personality is different from the character, and I've never heard that before, because one of the things, I could not be more unlike Savick, and so I've always, it's been a head scratcher. How the heck I ever landed in the world of Star Trek as a Vulcan? Because I just couldn't be more uncontrolled, illogical, emotional. She was just the antithesis of the character. I said, "Mr. Nimoy, you're out of your mind, but thank you so much for the job." And now I'll just go around constipated for 8 weeks and feel horribly empty. A lot of the performance felt chest up instead of gut up. Neck up, I should say, neck up instead of that middle chakra. I just didn't know how to engage Savick's lower chakras, you know what I'm saying? I must work every day scratching my head thinking, I'm going to get a pink slip. It's coming tomorrow. And it never did. Anyway, I'm just thrilled I survived it. And what's been most gratifying, really, has been this experience. It's so wonderful to have gone all over the world, because once upon a time I got lucky, in a meeting with a director who chose to pick me out of everybody, and just one big luck fest.